Hello, I'm Virginia, and welcome to Energy Matters News. Greg Combet announced amendments to Australia's solar credit scheme on the 1st of December. Support for home solar will begin to be phased out a year earlier than previously planned. According to Mr. Combet, the cost to install solar panels has reduced substantially since the scheme was first introduced in December 2008. Mr. Combet says that given the drop in price and other supports such as feed-in tariffs, the solar credits multiplier will reduce in stages between 2011 and 2014. Solar credits are based on renewable energy certificates and apply to the first 1.5 kilowatts of capacity installed for Grid Connect solar power systems and up to the first 20 kilowatts for off-grid. Results of the Solar Foundation's first ever solar job census in October show that in the US, over half of all solar industry employers plan to put on more workers in 2011. One interesting point that came out of the report was that while solar energy jobs are forecasted to grow by 26% in the new year, there will be a net job loss of 3% in fossil fuel generation work. That industry is predicted to expand by only 2% economy-wide. The Solar Foundation study's researchers looked at employment in areas including installation, wholesale trade, manufacturing, utilities, and other fields. South Australian Premier Mike Rann has announced plans to set strict carbon emissions limits for new electricity production. These new limits would effectively prevent the future construction of new coal-fired power plants in the state. Currently, 34% of South Australia's electricity is generated by coal-fired power. Gas accounts for almost half, while 18% of the state's electricity comes from wind power. The state is aiming for 30% of its electricity to come from renewable energy sources by 2020. The Australian Solar Institute has contributed $5.65 million towards 3 new CSIRO solar projects. The aim of the projects is to make the price of solar energy comparable with fossil fuel. The projects will include the development of a large-scale solar air turbine and a study into the variability of sunshine on solar networks. Perhaps the most exciting in terms of bringing solar into line with conventional energy sources will be the development of a thermoelectric generator, which is expected to reduce the cost of solar energy by 10% or more. CSIRO hopes that each project will contribute to the ultimate goal of creating solar energy at a cost of 10 to 14 cents per kilowatt hour. Be sure to check energymatters.com.au/news for further information on any of the news items covered in this episode.